Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. 93 degrees today. It's a little bit cooler. It was 97 yesterday, 96, 97. But these videos are becoming a little redundant. I get it. Where almost every day I'm kind of saying, hey, this is your reminder that like the crypto market hasn't even begun to break out. And I get it. It's redundant. But if you can understand the risk versus the reward, you'll understand why I do and say what I say every day. And it's like, I get it. Nobody really gives a shit. Nobody listens. I'm just like making videos to myself in my car, talking to myself. Some people listen, some don't. It is what it is. But I go back over 8 years and think back to some of the success stories, you want to say, so to speak. And all of those success stories stemmed from the conviction that I had in what I owned, as well as the conviction and timing of the market cycle at the time, right? So you could have a cryptocurrency that's absolutely amazing, and it's like they're always doing amazing stuff, but if the market conditions are terrible, the performance of that token isn't going to be all that great. However, in a really good market, you could have a token that's kind of crappy, and it'll perform better than that good token does in crappy market conditions. But every 4 years, there's a little time that comes around, and it usually lasts 4 to 6 months. And that is the window of opportunity that I have been referring to for a long time now, but it just hasn't come. And that's quite okay. Because like the last 2 market cycles, which did the same thing, there's essentially a rubber band that's getting pulled back, pulled back, pulled back. And I keep thinking it's like it's about to snap, but it just hasn't done it yet. However, Ethereum moving from 1,500 to 3,500 is a big deal. But again, that doesn't really affect us until it does. And when is it going to affect us? Well, Ethereum, as many people are showing, has this wedge pattern that's forming. But it's not like a converging wedge. It's a wedge that splits apart. But it's still a very similar setup. The Tesla chart is being used as a macro example, which to me is perfect. Because for, 5, 6, 7, 8 years now, Ethereum has essentially been not that long. Bitcoin or Ethereum hit 30 or 4,400 in, I think it hit 4,000 in early 2020. Then into late 2020, it dumped. And then in early 2021, which is when everybody thought the market cycle was over, we had our alt season. So everybody at the end of 2020 was bitching and moaning, saying the market cycle's over, kind of like what people are doing now. But it wasn't until then Ethereum then broke out, and then all hell broke out after it. I remember Ethereum hit that high, and then for months and months and months, altcoins, NFTs, everything was popping off. So it takes Ethereum pumping first, which Ethereum has not done in 4 years because its all-time high was back in 2021. Here we are in 2025, still not back to all-time highs. But we will be 7 times. There's this guy, Merlin, the trader or some shit. He steals everybody else's charts, but he knows how to steal the right charts from everybody to make as his own. And he posted one today where he was showing something about Ethereum hitting resistance 7 separate times, which is great. Because the longer an asset consolidates under resistance, the bigger the eventual breakout. So when Ethereum does break 4,000 and 4,400, everything that I have patiently waited for will become coming to fruition. And when that does happen, it's craziness. It's insanity. Unlike anything we've seen for the last 3 years. So again, if you're still here, hang around a little bit longer because shit is about to pop off. just like I've been saying over and over and over and over. And yeah, I'm beating a dead horse. I'm you know, all the expressions in the book. But again, I don't fucking care, because there's nothing more important to me in my life than catching the beginning of that rubber band getting snapped. And it hasn't even snapped yet, but it's about to snap. So everything I've talked about, even with hold since 2023, it's all setting up for this moment. Shiba Inu. It was $1 million market cap. Nobody gave a shit. I saw value. I got lucky there. But it wasn't until the market conditions were right that it pumped. Telcoin. For 2 years, 2.5 years, this fucking token did nothing but go down. Yet, people are like, dude, what? Like, people hated me because I had conviction in something that I knew would be a success, because I knew what was keeping the price down. And that's that dilution word you hear me talk about all the time. So, a token like Hold that has no dilution at peak euphoria will outperform every other token in the market, and there's no fucking token in the entire world that, in my opinion, will be coming close to outperforming what Hold is capable of once the euphoria starts, for the reason of retail owned, distribution, tokenomics, emotions, and most importantly, they cannot dilute. Telcoin got diluted. Every token gets diluted. Dilution leads to the momentum slowing down, putting in a lower high on the chart, eventually ending the market cycle. Hold. It hasn't even gotten started. But when it does, and it gets over 100 million, then breaks 500 million, and then everybody's talking about it, everybody's going to start reverting back to these videos where they're like, dude, I made a video on this like 2 years ago. What the fuck was he thinking? It's not like what I'm thinking. It's just I have an understanding of the market cycles. I have an understanding of the timing of how market cycles work. I understanding of what Ethereum needs to do in order for the market cycle to begin. And then it's like, even after Ethereum breaks out, there's more behind it, because there's the trickle down, because it goes Bitcoin, then Ethereum, then it starts trickling down. And we haven't even seen the money going into Ethereum yet. We saw a little bit of money, but it's not until the previous all-time high breaks. We break 8,000, we break 10,000. Yeah, Ethereum, I think it's going to smash 10,000. I'm getting more and more confident that it's going to smash 10,000, because of the simple fact that 4,000 is essentially the resistance that we've hit 7 times. So from 4,000 to 8,000, it's a double. That's nothing. From 4,000 to 8,000, from 8,000 to 12,000, 12,000 to 16,000, it's 400%. Still like nothing. Bitcoin did 20x in 2017 alone. If Ethereum does a 4x over 4 years, who cares? But if it does, everything else pops. Like, all right, I'm done. Patty out. I'm done with this.